Hey guys, welcome back to No Sticks, No Bricks. Today we bring you another 360-degree RV park tour. This time we are at Thousand Trails Ponderosa and Camping Resort. So I'm going to show you around the resort, some of the amenities they have, and all the different sites. So stick around, here we go. All right guys, right in front of me here is Highway 49. This is the highway right outside the RV park. So here is the entrance. You're going to come in. There is a restaurant on my right called Gorilla Rock Taco. It's currently open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We ate there the other day and their pizza was awesome. All right, so here is the entrance into the park and the gate. And I don't remember the gate code, so I'm gonna go through the personnel gate. Alright, so this is an entrance and an exit, and if you're checking into the park, you're going to go in the left lane here, and there's the ranger station directly to my left. So we are going to go up to section A first. To my left here is another exit that is open sometimes. It's not really got a schedule. They open it sometimes, but you can only exit. No entering from that, and you can only take a right out of that exit. To my left is the dog park and also a playground for children. And then this is section A. Not too many sites in section A, but the ones that are here are considered upgrade sites. They do not have sewer, however they do have electric with water, and it's 50 amp service, but it's $5 extra per day. This seems to be a good site if, or a good section if you're, stopping for 1 or 2 nights, maybe kind of going through this area, but not staying long term. This is probably the section for you. It's the easiest one to get in and out of. All right, we are curving back around here. All right, as you can see, there's some cabins off to my right. There's restrooms off to my left. That little road right there goes to storage for RV storage for like summer times. Right there. All right, so we're gonna go to section Bravo. B is in Bravo, and these sites are your premium full hookup sites. So they do have sewer, electric, and 50 amp service up here. There are some stairs directly to my left that will go down to the lower sections. And then right in front of me here is the Lodge and Recreation Center, and it's pretty nice. I went inside. It's got pool tables, it's got ping pong, it's got some video games, it's got all kinds of different recreation, lounge area, Wi-Fi, that kind of stuff. Some extra parking here on the left because this campground is pretty tight, as you can tell. A lot of the sites are pretty close to each other. So sometimes you have to park in a different spot because you just can't fit in your site. Right to my left is a trailer that is a shower house and bathrooms. There are 2 showers in each stall, male and female. Continue on down this way. There's more cabins, and again, as most Thousand Trails parks, they've got 3 different styles of cabins that you can rent based on your needs, wants. All right, now we get down to this beautiful river, and there are only a handful of premium elite sites. So you got river sites, plus you got full hookups. And that's these sites off to my right here. This river is full of rafters and kayakers. There's a couple outfitters around here that will do tours and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And they actually do some tours right out of the park, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. Morning. So right here off to my left is the riseuprivertrips.com, and that's where you can book trips and meet the guides right there. You don't even have to leave the park. It's pretty cool. right, we're gonna go up this little hill here. And I am going, so that was C section. I don't think I mentioned that, but that was actually C section that was down there by the river, the elite sites. And then we have the pool directly in front of me. It's not open yet, but it's supposed to open on Monday. Today, this is Memorial Day weekend. Today is Friday, so we're hoping that it will open either today, tomorrow, or something. It's not open yet. Another cabin to my right, and then let me show you the dump station. Now this dump station, since most of the sites here do not have full hookup sites, all right, so there's only about 20 sites throughout the park that have full hookups, but there is a dump station, but this dump station does have hours, which is kind of unusual, but 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and then they close this gate. So you can still run your Blue Boy and do your dumping because you can turn around, but if you bring an RV through here after 4 p.m. and that gate's closed, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble because you're gonna have to try to back up, and it's pretty tight. So you just stick to the time frame between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., which most people are gonna do anyway because that's when people are gonna be leaving. Checkouts before that, so shouldn't be an issue, but just be aware of it. All right, there's the pool off to my right again, and there's some more parking off to my right, and now we're back to the ranger station on my left and the gate, the entrance gate, which is right on the left too. So that office there on the left side, I believe that's just the 1000 Truck office for the workers. So this is a little bit of a steeper hill going up here, so just be aware of that, as well as a pretty steep hill coming up here in a second. So there's one of the hideaway cabins to my right, a couple of them, and those are the bigger, I think those are the most fanciest, biggest ones that they have. All right, so now we're gonna go down the hill. Again, this is a fairly steep hill. So this goes down to sections D, E, F, and H. And the tent sites as well. They've got about 10 sites, but they're along the river, so they're pretty nice spots. And this is where you get to the dusty part of the RV park. There's all gravel from here. So we're gonna enter D section now. D is in Delta. Just for reference, right to my site is D20, Delta 20, and then 19. So since this is Memorial Day weekend, this is probably gonna be completely full by the time today's over with. So Delta section is also non-sewer sites. They do have 50 amp service, however, and water. All right, so here's some of the tent sites on my right, and then it kind of wraps around towards the river. This park actually does have its own beach as well, so let me take you down to that real quick. Now the water, at least in the end of May, is pretty cold. I believe it's mountain streams that feed this river, and yeah, it's not warm. So there's one of the beaches, and basically the second beach is just a little bit further down the bank here, up those stairs directly in front of me. But the water is super clear, it's really nice, it's just really cold. So I'm sure it warms up and throughout the summer, but we're only here for 2 weeks, so we won't know. This is kind of sandy, so I'm gonna walk the bike up this section here. There we go. All right, so back out to section D. And again, there's more tent sites. Take you over here, kind of just curves around like I said, and there's the river right there, off to my right. Each tent site does have electric and water too. Every single site in this camp, or this campground, has electric and water. But again, only about 20 of them have sewer. And then there are just a few that have 50 amp service, which is $5 a day extra. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but it is $5 a day extra for sites with 50 amp service. And the campground does have campground Wi-Fi, like most do. It is through Java, which I'm sure you've heard me complain about them before. We did not try the internet here because we got Starlink now, so we're pretty happy. And Starlink works really well where we're at in section H because it's pretty clear, there's not a whole lot of trees, and we'll show you that here in a few minutes. But I suspect some of these sections here you might have some issues with Starlink. Just kind of the pros and cons of having satellite internet. Alright, so now we are in E section, which is off to my left here. There's some sites. Off to my right goes into F section and H section, and we'll hit those up here in a second. But let's show you E section. So this section is electric and water and 30 amp service. So if you're not interested in paying the extra $5 a day, or you just don't need 50 amp service, then this would be the section for you. This is a really nice campground. It's pretty, especially along the river. We'll show you our site here in a second. We got lucky, got a river site. Of course, we got the big toy hauler, so we can put the patio right up to the river, and we really like that. Been on the road for a year now, and this was the first time that we've actually got to back the patio up to a beautiful river like that, so pretty happy. All right, so this is all section Echo. E17 is directly to my right for reference, and then E16, E15 all to my right. There is a bathroom and shower house in this section in this section as well, and it's up here on my left. There's a dumpster there, and there's a dumpster behind me. All right, now we're going to go into F section. F is in Frank. Foxtrot. This is a nice section. Kind of overlooks the river from upper level. So the river's off to my right, and there, let's see here. That's H section down there, so we're gonna get to that in a minute. That's where we're at. And there's the other side of that shower house on my left-hand side. As you can see, we got mountains in this area, so you got mountains and water, and it's just really a really beautiful park, beautiful setting. They do not have a camp store, but they do have a Chevron like 0.2 miles from the park. If you take a right out of the park, it's basically right up the road on the right-hand side is a Chevron. And they actually have food in there too that they sell. All right, so this is section F, as in Foxtrot. This is considered one of the upgraded $5 a day charge for the 50 amp service. And you got these beautiful water sites. One open right there. So there's a bunch of rafters right there. Let me show you. This is the West Fork American River, and it's kind of neat to be able to sit on the patio and watch these rafters all go down these rapids all the time. This is called Old Scary Class 2 Rapids. So this must be one of the outfitters that does the tour, so it's pretty neat. Anyway, basically all day long they go up and down, or go down the river here, especially on weekends. Not so much on the weekdays, but this weekend's being Memorial Day weekend, it's probably going to be packed. All right, so let's flip around, continue on with section H. This is a great area for Class A's with the big windows, because you know you can back right into your spot, and then you got a view of the river out of your big old window. And then off to the left is a great spot for the toy haulers, because we can back right up to the river with our patios. And there is our rig. There's the Momentum, there's Large Marge, and that's where we're at, next between the Fusion and the Seismic. So we really like our site, but it is tight, as you can tell, and there's really nowhere for me to park the big old truck in front of our rig. So we park right here to our right. There's actually a little spot here that's got 4 parking spots. And then off to my left here is the closest dumpsters to us. All right. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is the end of this tour. It's not a huge park, and but it is an absolutely beautiful park. You want to make sure that you definitely reserve this park plenty of in advance because it is always crowded, especially this time of year. So thanks for watching, guys. If you would, consider subscribing, like, hit the bell so you know when we release more videos. And until next time, safe travels.